Samsung Galaxy Alpha Preview, First Look. The Samsung Galaxy Alpha is a surprising change in the Samsung product strategy. It certainly has many of the Galaxy S5 key selling features, while staking on more premium material such as aluminum. But it's not another flagship, no, it's rather an offshoot of the Galaxy family tree, something that the Galaxy S5 Mini could have been but is not. A strange bird, indeed. That certainly doesn't mean we don't like it. Just on the contrary. The Samsung Galaxy Alpha presents a nice departure from the Galaxy S5 design language. The sides are machined out of aluminum, while the back no longer imitates faux leather. The Galaxy Alpha has a smaller screen than the S5 to make it much more pocketable and also, undoubtedly, to allow it to compete with the iPhone 6 directly. Here's what makes the Samsung Galaxy Alpha tick. Samsung Galaxy Alpha at a glance, General, GSM/GPRS/Edge/UMTS/HSPA/LTE connectivity, form factor, touchscreen bar phone with aluminum sides and a plastic back cover, dimensions, 132.4 x 65.5 x 6.7 mm, 115 grams, display, 4.7720p Super AMOLED touchscreen, 320 ppi pixel density, chipset, octa-core Exynos 5 Octa 5430 chipset, including a quad-core 1.8 GHz Cortex-A15 and quad-core 1.3 GHz Cortex-A7, Mali, T628 MP6 GPU OS, Android 4.4.4 KitKat with TouchWiz, memory, 32 GB storage, no microSD card slot, camera, 12MP autofocus camera, 31mm focal length, f/22, LED flash, video camera, 2160p video recording, but also 1080p at 30 fps, 1080p at 60 fps, 720p at 120 fps, front camera, 21MP front-facing camera, connectivity, dual-band Wi-Fi A/B/G/N, Wi-Fi hotspot, DLNA, Bluetooth 4.0, NFC, standard micro USB 2.0 port, GPS/GLONASS receiver, 3.5mm audio jack, battery, 1.860 mAh LiPo removable battery, miscellaneous, fingerprint sensor, heart rate sensor. The Samsung Galaxy Alpha is surprisingly light. It feels sturdy and the back looks like it could take a lot of beating before it gets seriously scratched. The latter benefit is certainly something we've missed in high-end smartphones that we've seen lately. Our biggest regrets in the specs department are the lack of waterproofing and the lack of a microSD card slot. Design and build quality. Samsung's shift in design has to be felt to be believed. No, really, on the outside the Samsung Galaxy Alpha is very similar to the Galaxy S5 Mini. A keen eye will notice that the bezels above and below the screen are smaller, accommodating the bigger screen. The Alpha is also considerably thinner, if that's not obvious by first look. Of course, the major upgrade to Samsung's design language here is the metal chassis. The sides of the phone are exposed metal while the front and back are covered in glass and plastic, not unlike Apple's iPhone 4/4s and Sony's Xperias. The Galaxy Alpha will inevitably draw comparisons with the iPhone. The flat metal sides are segmented by thin lines of plastic and look so familiar. Samsung's design features flared corners which improve handling a bit by preventing your fingers from slipping off the rounded corner. They also remind us a bit of the Samsung Galaxy S5 Active. The back of the phone is plastic, with the dotted pattern of perforated leather similar to the Galaxy S5, though here the pattern is finer and not resembling leather so much. While the plastic isn't the most premium material, the Samsung Galaxy Alpha impresses with a mere 6.7mm thickness. It's the slimmest Galaxy device to date, though not the slimmest smartphone in general. The feeling of compactness is helped by the weight of 115 grams. Few 4.7 phones weigh this little. The Galaxy Alpha feels tiny compared to the current crop of 5 flagships. The Galaxy Alpha also compares favorably against iPhone 5s, which measures 7.6mm thick and weighs 113 grams. The iPhone 6 is expected to be bigger and thinner than its predecessor, but it remains to be seen if Apple can keep the weight down. And it's the upcoming iPhone that Samsung has in its sights, not the 5s. We can only suppose that the magic behind this reduced weight is the reduced battery capacity, which in this case amounts to only 1.860 mAh. Indeed, the battery is removable, but it's still a measly capacity. The front is made of glass, though Samsung has not revealed yet whether it's the usual Gorilla Glass or not. Under the glass is a plastic that matches the back in terms of color and the fine dotted pattern. The Galaxy Alpha will be available in charcoal black, sleek silver, dazzling white, frosted gold and scuba blue. The front of the device features an earpiece, the usual sensor array, proximity, ambient light and air gesture, and a notification LED. There's also a 2MP/1080p camera above the screen. Nothing has changed below the screen either. A hardware home key is flanked by capacitive app switcher and back keys. The home key houses a hidden fingerprint reader, which can be used to lock the phone and authorize transactions. It's PayPay certified. It also enables private mode, which gives you access to a secure part of the storage where you can keep sensitive data and photos. The sensorometer continues with a heart rate monitor on the back. It's placed next to the camera and is grouped with the LED flash in a small black segment amidst the colored plastic. The camera itself protrudes slightly from the back of the phone, extending past the 6-7mm thickness. It has 12MP resolution and can record 2160p video, more on that later. The back panel can be removed to expose the 1860 mAh battery. It's user replaceable but is relatively small even for a phone this size. We guess sacrificing battery capacity is part of how Samsung got the Galaxy Alpha down to this thickness and weight. Ultra power saving mode is available for when battery charge gets too close to 0% for comfort. Anyway, under the back cover you'll find a nano SIM card slot but no microSD. The phone comes with 32GB of storage as default and that's all you're getting. There's no 64GB version announced yet. The bottom of the phone features a micro USB 2.0 port, a microphone and the grill of the loudspeaker. Positioning the loudspeaker here means it won't get muffled regardless of how you put the phone down, face up or face down, but is bound to draw even more comparisons with the iPhone. Note that the Galaxy Alpha is not water resistant like its Galaxy S5 siblings. The top of the phone houses the second microphone and an exposed 3.5mm audio jack. What's missing is an IR blaster, which both the big Galaxy S5 and S5 Mini have. The metal sides of the phone host one hardware control each, the power button on the right and the volume rocker on the left. Both are made of metal and are slightly too thin for our liking. It makes pressing the keys slightly more difficult. Among the sensors packed inside the Samsung Galaxy Alpha is a Hall sensor, normally used to detect the opening and closing of covers. Samsung hasn't announced any dedicated Alpha covers yet, but it would be interesting to see if they'll have a premium feel to them compared to regular S covers. Note that there doesn't seem to be a barometer or humidity sensor on board.